Better late than never, eh? Better late than never. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to FRR, ladies and gentlemen. Just had a couple of connection problems, but I am now very much in the lobby, waiting and raring to go. Moderators, chill out. I've relaxed back. I've got this. I can take it from here, boys. Anyway, welcome back to FRR. It is season 3 and Tier two's first official race of the season, ladies and gentlemen, and you will very shortly see that it is being held at Mexico. And whilst we are not looking at anything, ladies and gentlemen, let me talk to you a little bit about Mexico, and in particular the track stats. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mexico's total track length is 4.304 kilometers long. There are 17 turns. The circuit opened in 1959, and F1's first ever official visit was in 1963. That is the real race. By the way, there are 3 DRS detection zones with perfect overtaking opportunity going into turn 1, coming off the back of a pretty big main straight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, last time, if you are immersed in your FRR history, FRR viewing, you will have seen that, last week's Tier 2 race was sadly called off after EA servers worked absolute wonders, ladies and gentlemen. We tried 3 times to allow the Belgium Grand Prix to work, but unfortunately that never happened, and it looks like maybe today it'll happen again. I've been please waiting for a long time now, F1, and I'm sorry, getting a little bit cheesed off. Anyway, when we are allowed in, we will look at some qualifying action. If you're just joining us, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I am trying to get into the lobby. It's just taking its sweet, sweet time, and I thought I'd start the stream before I got into the lobby, just in case it then told me I couldn't stream. So, yes, I do apologise for this, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm sure we will be able to rectify the problem fairly shortly. Come on. Anyway, so yes, as I say, last time out, Tier 2 was instantly starts, with 3 restarts having to take place, and eventually called off by our moderators. So, qualifying is currently underway. We cannot see it yet, but hopefully in due course we shall be able to see it, ladies and gentlemen. So obviously yesterday our Tier 1 races were also at Mexico for their race, and a very interesting race, and the return of Jake, actually, the commentator, the return of Jake back to FRR commentary duties, had to stand in for me as I was unavailable, ladies and gentlemen. And what I'm going to do is I'm just very quickly going to close F1 and restart it, ladies and gentlemen. So if the stream does pause, please do not panic, do not grieve. I'm just rejoining the lobby, hoping it will work some point in the near future. Right, let's try this again, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Let's try this again. We'll load F1 up. The stream is going, that's good. And hopefully very soon you'll be able to see something. So yeah, sorry, I am loading back into F1. You will see something today, I promise you that. I'll make that promise now. Yeah, you can stop inviting me, mate. It's not going to hurry the process up. Of getting back in. I'll just give my gamer a few seconds. I do apologise, everyone. I do apologise. I hold my hands up. I connection problems apparently. Apparently my Xbox wasn't connected to my Wi-Fi, even though it was saying it's connected to my Wi-Fi. Anyways, now I'm dying. The joys of life, ladies and gentlemen. So we are treating this as the first Tier 2 race. I mean, technically it is the first full Tier 2 race that we are doing this season. Don't do this again. Yeah, technically it is the first Tier 2 race we're doing of the season. Okay. This is gonna really annoy me. Oh, hang on. There's progress, ladies and gentlemen. There is progress. We will be in the stream very, very, very shortly. Is my Yep, we'll be in the stream very, very shortly. Is my Wi-Fi mental? Right. This is the home screen. We now go down here and to there, and we join the lobby, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, let's pray. Joining session. This is promising. You're going to see some qualifying action, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. I do apologise if you're just joining us. Welcome to the Tier 2's first official race. We are at Mexico. I did give you the track stats not too long ago, ladies and gentlemen, but if you have forgotten already, let me tell you again. 4.304 kilometres is the total track length here at Mexico, ladies and gentlemen. There are 17 turns, 3 DRS zones, and one very nice DRS zone just going off the left-hand side of our screen there. The main straight going into turn 1 is not only a huge opportunity to make your move down the straight, but it's also a prime opportunity to make a move going into turn 1 and a late dive bomb at that, ladies and gentlemen. Well, as we join Bad Boy, currently in the lead of qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. He's currently sat on a 1:16.2 and he's currently in the pits. Let me just get everything that we need up and running, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. We're in. Dima Amit is out on track, but he has invalidated his Night Owl. The reigning Tier 2 championship is currently sat in the pit with Ranga. Currently sat in P4, ladies and gentlemen, but he's about to be passed by the Alfa Romeo. Well, by the Alfa Romeo, really. I couldn't say what one that is as we watch Roommaster now in Sector 1. He doesn't set a purple Sector 1, but he will want to improve this lap. He did have a DRS open, so I can only assume that he is on a flying lap, and yes, he is. He's done 4 laps already. He must have been validated quite a few, and we will watch him in the late stages of this qualifying session, ladies and gentlemen. It may not be the full qualifying session, but at least you get to see some things happening, ladies and gentlemen. And he just misses out of an invalidation there. Got a bit lucky with that one, and he will stay in the running. No purple sectors as of yet. As of yet for Roommaster. And as I say that, he goes and invalidates. Well, we'll move on then from him, and we'll look at the gaming duo. Currently sat right down there in last place, but he's in the final sector, and he will definitely improve this lap. He has to. It's physically impossible to not improve this lap, but he isn't going to, because he's going to invalidate DTYT. Ladies and gentlemen, we were talking to DTYT a little bit later on. After this race, we're going to do a little bit of an interview, a little tinge of an interview, ladies and gentlemen, with DTYT as he sets a purple second sector late on in this qualifying session. Could he potentially challenge Bad Boy for pole position? We'll have to see very, very, very shortly. He's going to come through this final sector, the final few corners where we've seen quite a few drivers invalidate already in this qualifying session. He's going to come from P15 across the line, and it's going to be P13. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like that purple sector didn't do a lot for him. He's still 7/10 faster than JL Moser, MAR, Looney Moo, and Ruben has just set a time, but it isn't a good one. Well, we have seen a couple of drivers, and there's still, I believe, the final rush in qualifying session to drivers to make their way up the grid. As I believe Ranga is going to try and get himself further up the grid in the Aston Martin. A 1:17.222 is the time. It's almost a second off Bad Boy's 1:16.290. almost a second off for Ranga, so he's going to need to have an incredible flying lap here if he wants to push himself up to the field. And all the field are now coming out on track. Bad Boy is on his out lap, so is JL Moser, so is Jada Johnson, so is FRR Harry, so is Night Owl, ladies and gentlemen, so is Rumaster. They're all out now as Ranga invalidates his lap. A 13th Nightmare, the Aston Martin's, well, Ranga's teammate, wearing a very colourful helmet, ladies and gentlemen. Will this be a particularly vibrant lap from A 13th? And he's going to come round the final turn, and it will keep him 6th place. Or was that the time? I don't think it was. I think that was his out lap. He's only set one lap this qualifying session, so clearly doing less than the rest. Mostly. Through the first couple of turns he goes in his Aston Martin. Big fan of the Aston Martin, but that won't be an invalidation, ladies and gentlemen. That will not be an invalidation. So he's going to go into the next braking zone. It's Purple Sector 1. A 13th Nightmare. Purple Sector 1. Later on in this qualifying session, will he potentially set something faster than a 1:16.292? It's a bit of a mountain to climb. 1.4 seconds would be what he needs to make up, but anything's possible here in FRR, ladies and gentlemen. FRR is an incredibly exciting league, and it's a league that you should definitely consider joining. Of course, got to slide the little promo in there, ladies and gentlemen. And throughout this race, I will be talking about FRR and a couple of changes that have happened. He sets a purple second sector. Could this be an A13th pole position here at Mexico, ladies and gentlemen? He must be good at this track. You go around the final corner. Do not invalidate now, A13th, because this is a lap and a half. Round the final turn, P3 with a 1:16.7. 2 purple sectors, 1 non-purple sector. That is a good lap from A13th, and he should be very happy with that one. Night Owl, can he potentially get ahead of A13th? Just put a lap in ahead of him, ladies and gentlemen. Demon Amit stays in the pits, but closer to the finish line is the current pole position sitter, Bad Boy, but he isn't going to be able to sell a lap as Josh moves up in the Red Bull, up into P3, pushing A13 Nightmare down. Here comes Night Owl, a Stormer through Sector 2. Will he be able to put a Stormer in this final little sector? There is Bad Boy. You saw him off to the right hand side there in the Haas in that final sector. Night Owl is going to come around the final turn, and will he get pole? No, he won't, but it will be a 1:16.4, 2 tenths off. Pole position. Rumaster is going to move up to third with that one. Dima Amit stays in the pits and moves down into 4th position, ladies and gentlemen. Josh is going to put 5th, park his Red Bull 5th place on the grid. A13th Nightmare is going to stay 6th place as DTYT. DNFs from Jada Johnson, FRR Harry, Facebook Rhyme, the gaming duo Joe Moser, RXU, and MAR will all finish their qualifying sessions in the pits. Bad Boys on pole then, ladies and gentlemen, with an impressive 1:16.2 in this qualifying session. But ladies and gentlemen, of course, what matters is the race. So, not long to go now before we get the race underway, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, it is the first Grand Prix of the So, the Bad Boy grabs pole with a pretty Bad Boy lap at 1:16.2. Sees Bad Boy take a 1/10th lead over the reigning champion Night Owl. Rumaster in third. A good qualifying session for Alpha Tauri. Dima Amit is in 4th for Josh 5th. 6th, 8th, 17th. Ranga 7th. Jada Johnson is in 8th. 9th is RNG Merritt. 10th is Will Darrell. FRR Harry is 11th. 12th is Pixel Rhyme. The gaming duo is in 13th. DTYT is in 14th. Joe Moser in 15th. RXU in 16th. 17th is MAR. 18th Lulu. And 19th is Scruff the Dub. That is your qualifying session. Let's go on to the Mexico Grand Prix. Oh yes, the EA gods are on our side, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a wet race here at Mexico for the Mexican Grand Prix, the opening round of FRR's Tier 2 Championship. It is Season 3, of course, and we are at Mexico. Bad Boy took a pole position with a 1:16.292 and the two AlphaTauris of Night Owl and Brewmaster. Not too far behind. They will line up second and third on the grid, ladies and gentlemen, and you'll see the rest of the grid as we make our way through this warm-up formation lap, ladies and gentlemen. Whilst we're here, and whilst we have a few seconds before the racing is, I'd like to apologise. It was all my fault. For there being no F2 race streamed. I do apologise. Unfortunately, my Saturday became full up, shall we say, and I had to go out that evening, so there was no F2 race streamed, but I'm hoping with the addition of Jake, who seems to he's a very good commentator, he's commentated yesterday, incredible commentator. I'm hoping he will be able to do the F2s, maybe even full time. We'll have to see. And of course, he's more than welcome to co-commentate on the tier races. But Bad Boy, as I say, took pole. Dima Amit, putting himself him or herself, I'm not really sure about that name, right into the mix. Pethor, good position to be in. 36 laps will face him, and he's got 36 laps to try and get it. His car, here's Williams, onto the podium. And he is not the only Williams out on track today. Jada Johnson also in a good position down in 8th. Ladies and gentlemen, right down there in 8th, so not bad. DTYT is disqualified for session alongside Fixable Rhyme. So, not long now. That is your predicted race strategy. The inters around lap 18 to lap 28. Couldn't be more vague if you tried. Couldn't be more vague if you tried, but we'll stay on board with Bad Boy now. So you'll come across the line and line up on the grid. So, about to get underway. For the first round of Tier 2 this season, and one that I am excited for. So, the line drivers are on the grid. The lights will begin shortly as the camera rolls on past to catch this spectacle. 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights ahead of the drivers. Go, go, go here in FRR. It's a good start from Bad Boy. Night Owl, though, gets equally a good one later on. Brewmaster looks like he fell off a little bit there and is instantly under pressure from Dima Amit. Dima Amit moves up into the place in the Williams. Brewmaster still under pressure from Josh here. Going into turn 1 and there is a crash. Will Darrell and RNG Merit right down there at the back of the field have crashed. The middle sector looking pretty hectic. Dima Amit fighting still with Brewmaster taking 3rd place there, and here comes Ranga as MAR is out of this session, ladies and gentlemen. That may be an early safety car here at Mexico. It doesn't look like it will be, but there is a massive scrap here in the midfield. JD Johnson, Ranga, Dima Amit, the gaming duo, all of these getting involved in this battle. Josh losing out slowly on positions there as the gaming duo maybe make contact with Josh there just a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, 13th. Stays in 11th, but a little bit of chaos. JD Johnson moves up into 5th as a result of the hectic lap 1. Then there's a lap as the gaming duo has spun in this race, and that will be a safety car. Michelle Moser picks up a 5-second time penalty. A little bit of a hectic start, but Night Owl has taken the lead of the Grand Prix from Bad Boy. Remaster stays third place. Dima Amit and Jada Johnson both making huge gains at the start. Jada Johnson in particular moving from P8 to P5 in the safety car. In the safety car madness shall commence. Ladies and gentlemen, let it commence. Please, warm the tyres up. Take a breather. Wow, hectic start as always here in FRR2. Well, one driver, MAR, DNF'd from this race. RXU has moved right up the field, finds himself in the points with Harry, his teammate, not too far behind. Harry was in the McLaren last season. It's changed over this season to the Mercedes. We always like to switch drivers around in FRR. Every driver will one day have driven every single team. That is the plan. Scruff, RNG Merit, the gaming duo, and JL Moser, who had a 5-second time penalty, all pits, and I don't believe it, I've got the hiccups. Yay. And apparently a penalty is now a tyre, ladies and gentlemen. That's what the board just said, and I don't think that was a safety car. Actually, I think it was a virtual safety car, which would mean that we are back underway and racing. Bad Boy is in second place. He's going to want to transfer the lead very early on here. He looked like maybe going for a dive bomb there, but didn't quite pay off for him, ladies and gentlemen. Look down the field, JD Johnson and Ranga now very close, and there is DTYT having a little bit of a spin. And sending a little bit off Ranga with a little bit of oversteer there. Could that be the potential moment? Which he is the fastest man on track though, but he had a little bit of a steer there, and he's going to gain on the JJ Johnson in the Williams as DTY. Picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Now, ladies and gentlemen, can he potentially? Will that affect his end result? Well, as I say, we will talk to him later on, so we'll have to ask him then, but it's very close, right up at the top of the field. Night Owl coming under a lot of pressure from Bad Boy in the Haas. He's poised like a cat when it sees a mice. He's ready to leap, he's ready to jump, he's ready to pounce at any given moment, and he's waiting for that opportunity now. He has dropped back 0.2 of a second, but that really, in the long run, isn't really going to hurt Bad Boy, as he will try and get that lead of the race back. Well, Jada Johnson and Ranga still very much locked in this battle here, as Bad Boy looked like he was going to go for the move on the timing sheets. Looks like he might do it in real life as well, but it never came off for him. It never did. Night Owl maybe defending his position beautifully, and there may be a move here. There is Bad Boy going to get the better exit. He is going to go for the double, and he is going to take the lead very early on in this race. Is Night Owl going to even attempt to try and get it back? Of course he will. He's Night Owl. He is a tier 2 champion, ladies and gentlemen. He's got that ERS, and he is flying now, and he is going to fly through into the lead of the race as RXU sets the fastest lap of the race with 1:27 dead, and the lead is very close now. Maybe a little bit of contact, and there is Bad Boy. There was contact, and Bad Boy spins out of this. Well, he doesn't spin out of this race. He spins out of the fight for the lead. Jada Johnson and Ranga fighting what is P4 here. Jada Johnson currently holds it. Will Ranga be able to go for the dive bomb into this turn? He is going to go for the switcheroonie here on Jada Johnson. Looks like he's paid off, but it is Jada Johnson who's going to try and get a better exit. But actually, Ranga gets the better exit here, ladies and gentlemen. And he is going to go for the move here, and he will. He will move ahead of him, and he will get the move done. This has allowed Josh, though, to really catch up here and really be on the tail of this great little battle that we've got going on. It is an Alpha Tauri 1-2 as it stands. Lap 4 of 36 here, ladies and gentlemen. Hectic start. Good racing. Good racing today, ladies and gentlemen. Dara puts up a 3-second time penalty. So did Josh. Just behind Ranga Dima Amit up into third, and is very, very close to Remaster. This could be another potential fight for second place. Can Dima Amit get it done? Night Owl with a 1:27. Third for the fastest lap of the race, ladies. I'd say ladies and gentlemen too much. I do realise this, everybody, but I don't really know what else to say. There is the race leader Bad Boy after contact with Night Owl, is now down in 8th place, and he probably will make up those positions more than my mum can make me a pizza. Very quickly. Very quickly indeed. So, the fight for the lead If there is to be a fight for the lead, do the teammates at AlphaTauri play the team game? Does Brewmaster begin to back off and maybe let Night Owl run away a little bit with this lead? Or does the faster car take the lead of this race in a couple of, let's say, 2 laps time? Does the leader take the lead of the race? Who knows? There could be a little bit of a team game here, or could it be pure and utter selfishness? Could we see an AlphaTauri scrap for the lead, and maybe Brewmaster is going to allow Night Owl a little bit of breathing room here? He has backed off about 3/10 in the last sector as I trip over. That's really fun. About 3/10 in the last sector, but he's going to gain a little bit now. In the last one, who knows, but he is certainly getting closer to Dima Amit. This will allow Dima Amit to get the move on Ranga with a 126.6. Really flying here at Mexico today, and Jada Johnson may be overtaken by Josh, and he is. JJ Johnson's replacement at Red Bull has overtaken him. It's a little bit like the Alex Albon story. And looks like that Red Bull will firmly get the move done. He'll get the better exit, but Jada Johnson gets the better exit out of this turn. And there is going to be more fighting, more drama. Jada Johnson's going to take 5th place, and there is more contact. That was inevitable. JJ Johnson is out. And that will be a safety car. That will be a safety car, ladies and gentlemen. There may have been contact between Bad Boy and someone else. Contact between someone else there, but Night Owl is going to lead the pack in the safety car. And so JJ Johnson and the MAR, the 2 drivers who have crashed out of this Grand Prix so far. Well, Daryl picks up a 5-second time penalty for speeding under the safety car, but now all the drama backs off for just a moment. And it looks like it has stopped raining. Will this? Yes, it will. It will encourage drivers maybe to start to pit. And was that a crash? Did Dima Amit? Yes, he did. He did crash into the back of Brewmaster there, and that will be a shame because he will have to serve that, and he'll have to do another go at this pit stop, which means Brewmaster will inherit the place no matter what happens. RXU, wow. From, I think, P16, I think it was, has moved right up the field and is currently sat B3. That was very much due to some luck, though. DTYT is going to pit as well. So, drivers moving up the field, drivers moving down the field. Of course, we have seen some drama. MAR. I'm not sure what happened to him, to be honest, in terms of his crash. I definitely saw, I think, a Ferrari at the back of the screen going right into the wall, into the barrier. The Aston Martin V8 Vantage will lead the cars round this track. So, Dima Amit, drop your controller, move up into 2nd place. He does have a time penalty though. Looney Moo up into 3rd. He is currently still sat on those medium tyres, and we will have a look at the tyres now. So, Night Owl, Looney Moo, DTYT, are the only drivers currently on the intermediates, but that is changing. DTYT is pitting, presumably, for those medium tyres. And that could be a little bit of a question to ask him in the interview, because I don't really know what's happened there. So, safety car will be in either this lap or it might be this lap. The safety car may be in this lap, but we shall see very soon. And it looks like it will do another lap. It normally would go in about now, but it hasn't done so, so we will go on for another lap. RXU has had a pretty tasty pit stop there. He was in P3, he's only moved down to P7. That's tasty. That's a good pit stop from the boys from Brackley. Night Owl and Looney Moo will pit now, giving Dima Amit the lead. This race, A13th. Move up, so will Rumasa, so will Ranga. RXU moves up into 5th. Night Owl is in the pits, of course. And this should be the last lap of the safety car. All of our drivers are now either on medium or hard tyres. Mediums for most, hards for the few. Dima Amit warming up his tyres there. A little bit of drifting, that's what we like to see. Overdrives doing the same. Considering the Aston Martin has the same engine as the Mercedes, Ranga spins, and he'll move right down the order as a result. Oh no, they do have the exact same engine sound. Okay. Personally, big fan of how the Ferrari sounds in this game, and in real life as well, but I'm going to stop waffling about engines later on, because we need to waffle on about the racing. You would assume that RXU, given that he is on 1 lap younger tyres, would be the fastest driver off the safety car race up, but we'll have to see. Dima Amit is now going to back up the pack, and he can now officially go whenever he likes. And I would recommend going in Sector 3, because you can sort of catch A13th off guard, and if you can do that, there's no reason why you can't storm away with the win. And he hasn't gone yet. He still hasn't gone. So I fit the jump moves there. Hasn't gone. He's gone. Racing. Dima Amit does catch A13th by surprise there, and our Rummaster is already straight on that case. He is straight on, trying to overtake him, but they've both got the same straight line speed, it would appear. Both got ERS, but Rummaster just slightly catching him, and he is going to go for the move turn. It's so one. Rummaster's going to take second place, but A13th is going to fight it back though, and he gets really out of shape going into the next turn, giving RXU all the opportunities in the world to come through, both of them, and take second place. But Rummaster looks like the man. He is going to be the favourite for second place. There will be a little bit of wheel bang in there, a little bit of kiss in there, but Rummaster is going to move up in second place. But RXU is now getting involved, and there's more contact. RXU and A13th contact. A13th with the damage. FRR Harry with that position gained. We are catching all of the crashes here on stream. And I'll just report that to everyone in Tier 2. There's a battle here, there's a battle here, and I wasn't watching it. Fixable Rhyme looks like he's got past Night Owl And Bad Boy, Night Owl and Bad Boy, they're going for the position. A little bit of kissing there. Yet again, Bad Boy is going to keep it. Bad Boy is going to sweep through, take 4th place, and it's now down to Fixable Rhyme and Night Owl. Looks like Night Owl's going to really clean the position though, and could he potentially get the move done on Bad Boy, who's gone from first to last, back up to 4th place, and he is going to do it, but Night Owl's going to ruin it and take 4th place. Will there be any more topping and turning for these positions? It doesn't look like there will be. DT Whitey up into 7th. We'll be speaking to him a little bit around his race later on, so we should probably watch him for just a little bit. Ethan, what do cows drink? Milk. Anyways, as I saw back there was a little bit of scrap here between RXU and RNG. Ladies and gentlemen, can this be an OMG move from RNG? We'll have to see. In not too long as Ranga picks up another 3-second time penalty here. Currently sat in 8th place. He will need new pants. Someone tell the doctor he will need new pants, and he will also get some positions as he tries to get past DT Whitey. A great little scrap there in the final sector. Does DT Whitey have the pace? There is always going to be contact made here. Can Ranga across the line get the deploy, get the move done? DT Whitey isn't going to get the DR. He's not going to open or deploy that ARS. He is swerving. We do not want to see this turn into another crash. Here it ever are. Ranga is going to move as easy as possible. There might be a little bit of contact there. DT Whitey is not too far behind. Then he will keep the position. Will Ranga? DT Whitey, I think, is using the wheel. Actually, that was a very swift move, but RXU has literally put Looney Moo in the loo. Ladies and gentlemen, he has got past JD Johnson. Leaves the session. Goodbye to him. Sorry I crashed, mate. Sorry I crashed. And the gap between Dima Amit and Brewmaster going bigger and stronger. Elsewhere on the field, the battle for points is ever going closer. RNG Merit is still trying to get past Looney Moo here, ladies and gentlemen. The gap about 2 tenths, but it will massively tail off now as a little bit of something happened there. DT Whitey has a moment. Respawning to track. And I am making notes because I do have questions to ask him after the race, and Dima Amit sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. DT Whitey picks up another penalty as well. Comfortably leading, it would be an understatement. 4 seconds from Dima Amit to Brewmaster now. The gap between the mediums and hards visible there for all to see, and here is some more action-packed racing. FRR Harry wants a podium, and he's going to go in and out of his way to get the podium. Will he be able to do it? I think he will. I think he is definitely getting the podium. Will it happen? Who knows? Bad Boy, the race leader and pole position holder, in 5th. Imagine if he got a hat-trick today. Who knows? Let's see. Ranga is in 6th, and you would probably, if Night Owl can close the gap, not only to his teammates, Dima Amit. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You would probably think he may be able to go for the lead. Dima Amit is going to pit at some point because he has got a 5-second time penalty. If Night Owl can keep within 3 seconds of his teammate by the end of the Grand Prix, he is going to win it. He is going to win it off penalties. Doesn't matter how close. Is DT Whitey again with a spin. It is DT Whitey again with a spin. That will not be what he wanted in the slightest. Behind him though, Bad Boy is going to go for the inside move here, but the door was closed pretty quickly by Bad Boy, and Harry really wants to keep this position. Willy. Anyway, Ranga in 6th. Fixable Rhyme could benefit massively from all the penalties he has ahead of him if he just gets a little bit closer and past Ranga, closes that gap, and he will definitely be there. 8:13 line by the only man running on softs. Sets the fastest lap so far of the Grand Prix. RXU is on 3 seconds, so any sort of a gap he can have to, well, scruff for dubbing it. So here's fine. He would keep 8th place if it were to stand, but it won't stand because obviously there will be some great racing. Is FRR Harry, I think that was, went hugely wide there, gifting Bad Boy. That's 4th place, but he looks like he may instantly be back on his tail, as I think I saw. Little bit of drum here. Yes, I did. RXU is going to move up to 10th place after a dive bomb on Fixable Rhyme. RNG Merit getting very involved there. Looked like he had to do a lot of late braking to get close yellow flags, but they will not last much longer. As JL Moser looks like he's about to get lapped right up at the front of the field, ladies and gentlemen. There's RNG Merit. Is he going to go for 8th place? He hasn't opened his DRS. He's got the DRS though. He's going to open his DRS, and you would think going into someone he is going to get that place. DTYT, 12 seconds of penalties. Just calm it down, boy. Calm it down. Let's not go mad, yeah? Let's keep yourself in this race. Do not get disqualified. Okay. Bad RNG Merit. Dive bomb. No, sir. No. But there was a little bit of something. As further up the field, there isn't really many battles going on. The gap's all relatively high, over a second for all of them. But there's still people to pit. DTYT does just that. Could that be to serve a penalty, or could that just be to get new tyres on his Alfa Romeo? Who knows? Who knows? The gap that is closing though is Ranga on Harry. Into turn 1 it won't be feasible, it will not be possible, but if he is clever through the first sector, a little bit of cheeky little corner cut there, that'd have been good, and can get his foot to the pedal metal, open his DRS, get his ERS open. Would the move be plausible then? Yes it would, and I think this is going to be a main straight move that you're going to see from these boys, as JL Moser is still getting lapped. He's been lapped by D-Man, he's been lapped by Rimos, and he's going to be lapped by Night Owl. Now, Ranga is really close, and this will not be a main straight thing, I sense, ladies and gentlemen. I reckon this will be along this straight as Moser somehow spinning. The wind was too strong. No, it will be a main straight sort of thing, or will it? Will there be an unexpected dive bomb? Oh, that was sensational for Ranga, and there's even a little kiss from Harry to say well done. Well done. Little kiss. Congratulations. That was cute. Anyway, back to Bad Boy trying to get himself onto the podium, trying to beat the reigning champion Night Owl. Can he do it? That is the question we have to ask ourselves, and I don't think there's really much of a fight here. Oh, there is a fight here. FRR Harry could potentially re-overtake Ranga going into turn 1, cut the corner there. That will not be another penalty, but the gap will be significantly closer than it was earlier, and I think maybe Ranga has avoided that one for now. Of course, the reason I'm saying Night Owl in Aston Martin because he was last season before he then switched to the AlphaTauri. Aston Martin World Constructors last year, they were second, with Night Owl getting 90% of their points. That can tell you a lot about someone, but Dima Amit, no! Goes from 3rd to 4th, and it's going to get worse because he does have a 5-second penalty. So it is going to get worse for Dima Amit, and you would think that Ranga's going to get the move done there, but Bad Boy is really close now to Night Owl. Lap 17 of 36. There's a long way to go still. In this Grand Prix, Moser spins again. He does. He spins. He's spun again. He's pulled a Spurs and he's bottled it. He's pulled a Spurs and he's bottled it. But going down the straight, the ERS will open for Bad Boy, and so will the DRS. And you would think this move is just going to be him sailing past. Doesn't use his DRS, and there's another safety guy here because someone was DNF. I think someone. Not too sure what's happened here, but something has happened. that warrants a safety car. Not too sure what's happened here then, ladies and gentlemen, but Brewmaster will lead us through the safety car. Joe Moser crashed out of the race. That's why we now have a safety car on our hands. And this will take us probably to about lap 20, you would believe. 7 minutes past 7 is the time. GMT, local time, you know how it is. Sorry about that. So, safety car continues. The pack have now been backed right up. Nightown. Pretty good spot to win this race as it stands. And you would think with penalty, 6 for Rhyme is going to move massively up the field, and so is Scruff the Dub. If he can gain quickly on Lunimu, he'll be able to move up the field as well. Well, it's an Alpha Tauri 1-3 at the moment. Pretty early favourites to be Constructors Champions. Not really. An unexpected position in sight, actually. At this point, all a fairly calm, fairly standard looking grid. So, one thing that I will just quickly speak about, FRR recap. You may remember last season, myself and Harrison, no longer with us, RP, not dead, just left. We're talking a lot about FRR recap, and you may have seen, you may have even watched an episode. If you have, then you are officially a legend. Welcome to the Patreon. Anyways, FRR recap today. Basically said FRR recap will be taking a break for the final season of F1 2022. We will do a mid-season and a full season recap at their respective times, but there will not be a weekly episode. We'll be coming back stronger for F1 23. Keep an eye out for further details in the coming months. So that is basically the FRR recap news. Is there isn't going to be any until the mid-season. Yeah, so FRE Recap will have a mid-season episode, probably be a couple of interviews in there as well, but the safety car, bad boy, stay there, bad boy, will stay there, and so yeah, there'll be a mid-season episode and an end-of-season recap episode, of which hopefully there'll be some interviews from some of our incredibly talented drivers. When is Brewmaster going to go? That is the question. Will he do what Dima Amit did and go about now? Or will he go a little bit later on in the lap? Safety car still very much present out on the track. And he may go. He's gone. He has gone. Bad boy. Read it like he read the Bible. Read it like a book. And down the straight, he's going to want to keep the ERS because he knows that Will Darrell has just retired, and that could instantly be another safety car. Well, I don't think it will be. Bad Boy is going to go for the lead from first to last to second, but it will be to Thirst. Watch this space. We're going to carry on actually with this fight. The ERS open yet again, gaining. Going to go for the left, and he's going to go for the dive bomb from first contact to last to Thirst temporarily. To then come back down, and contact there between Night Owl, Bad Boy and Brewmaster was made, and there are your front four, far ahead of Dima Amit in fifth. Now Brewmaster under a lot of pressure. Here's DTY team putting someone on 3 second time in. He will be disqualified if he gets any more. We're hoping to speak to him at the end of the race. Well, still a big battle. And the front three and the top three could change drastically throughout the course of the rest of the 15 laps that we have. Sexter 1 has got a yellow flag. DTY moves up into 14th place. Brewmaster, purple last sector won't be enough for the fastest lap of the race, and the lead for the race is going to come down, I think, to these two drivers, Brewmaster and Bad Boy, the Night Owl will probably inherit the lead of this race, and I think Ranga probably gets second. After that, my maths isn't good. I don't really know. One thing I can tell you though is that Gaming Duo has just retired from the race. We now have 14 drivers left. We started with 19. That's not bad going for a league race. McLaren look like they're going to pick up good points here in P8 and in P9. Good points. But it looks like the AlphaTauris, first and third, will be the ones with the constructors lead early on in this FRR season. And there goes Brewmaster into the barrier, spins out of the corner, getting the apex all wrong, kissing it too much. Yellow flag is out. Bad Boy takes the lead of the race from first to last to first. I can say that finally. And he has moved down into 10th place for Brewmaster. Disappointing for AlphaTauri in general, but they've still got Night Owl, who is mathematically in the lead of this race. If he can keep the gap within 6 seconds, which I've no doubt in my mind that he can, he will stay where he sits. William Moo could potentially create a little bit of a problem for his teammate Fixable Rhyme here. Both very close, both with the ERS going down the straight, and is a move possible? Half a second out. It would be a move and a half to pull it off if he doesn't open his DRS. It will stay close. Scrufford is in 9th. Sorry, make that 10th. He's been overtaken, interestingly, by wow. Scruff getting all out of shape there, nearly taking A13th with him. Good reflexes from A13th, good little bit of racing there. Scruff will take the position. That could have been an illegal overtake for overtaking him off the track. FRR Harry leaves the session, 14th place. A13th just 1 place off the points. Josh to DT Whitey, very close to Josh here, and he is going to get the DRS. And the ERS, he's going to open it, and he's going to go for the dive bomb. And that's pretty good racing from DT Whitey to take him up into 12th place, not too far away now from the points. Keep it on track, lad. Keep it on track. Good work, FR Harry, out of the session. Well, as we look down the field, not too much in terms of racing. Ranga, still very close to Night Owl here. And who knows what could happen at the moment, but someone spins Sector 2, we have 12 laps of the race remaining. Not yawning. I'm letting out excess air from within me. Anyway, yes, Ranga, 3rd place. He wouldn't keep it as it stands. He would need to build a big gap to Bad Boy to try and just keep it. I don't think it's going to happen. I think DTYT has just been overtaken by FRR Harry Mercedes, only getting 1 point as it stands, and I think actually this would mean probably the McLarens would take the lead in the standings. Maybe the Aston Martins will take the lead in the constructor standings, but I tell you what, Ranga's going for the lead here as he tries to make a move on Night Owl for 2nd place. It's a dive bomb. There's contact. No damage done. Ranga into P2. Incredible pace here from the Tier 1 driver, and he will get his DRS open and he will fly away into the place. FRR Harry rejoins the session as we look behind. Not a lot else is happening. RXU has retired from the session. He's also left the session now. There won't be a safety car for that. 10 laps, 9 laps, 11 laps. Jesus wept. We've got mass mock tomorrow as well. So remaining, Ranga firmly has P2, potentially even the lead on his sights, and he has got a lot of pace, and I reckon it will happen for him. Just a question of when. When will it happen? That is the question. Well, calm down now. It's all calm. It's very tranquil now. Very relaxing. Could almost do some yoga. Very relaxing now. Part of the race, everyone just sort of settled down. And in terms of racing, we don't have a lot sort of from now. Well, one thing we do have is 2 McLarens very close to each other, and A13th in the Aston Martin is going to be joining in with this battle, and you would expect him to join in very soon and potentially even trump them both. Well, that's what you'd expect. Will it happen? That is the question. It's only live once here on Twitch, so of course we will see if it does. Origin Merit very close now to Dima Amit, 4th and 5th retrospectively. I believe that's the word. The 6 Rhyme spins, stays in the race, just spins. Clearly, maybe a little bit of contact there with his teammate. He goes down to 9th place as a result, and he will keep that 9th place as FRR Harry retires from the session, giving DTYT a point. Another safety car is out. That's what, our 3rd safety car now, 4th in total. That one VSC earlier on, the safety car very much sat on the racing line there. That's good for me, eh? A little bit of safety car danger. It's probably everyone gets so many penalties. Safety car will take us up to lap 29 of this Grand Prix. Then we just have 7 laps till the end of the race, on which part we'll do a little quick interview with DTYT before logging off for today. But of course, we'll be back for some Saturday night live racing. F2 coverage will be here on Twitch as Bad Boy is going to pit. So is Ranga. So is Dima Amit. So is Night Owl. So is RNG Merit. A13th is going to stay out. They'll all be pitting for the softer compound of tyres, or as we call them, just the softs, really. In the life, really. And also, I think everyone's pitted apart from A13th in front. So at this point, you would think that A13th is going to pit, and he will not lead this race. He will only lead this safety car lap, and all the races will be up with him before the end of the lap. Anyway, so he's probably looking late bottom of the points, I'd imagine, after his pit stop. Maybe even further. We don't know. Who can tell? 12 races left. Starting with 19. 7 have left us. MAR crashed. JJ Johnson crashed. JL Moser crashed. Will Darrell crashed. The gaming duo, I think he crashed. RXU, that was a pit stop. DNF. FRR Harry crashed. So this is now our 5th safety car potentially. I'm not sure. 3rd. I'm not sure. It's definitely one of the quite a large number of safety cars that we've had so far in the Grand Prix. 1 hour into the stream. That's not too bad. It feels like a lot longer, I can tell you from where I am. So A13th is going to stay out, but I'll tell you who isn't going to stay out. Dima Amit is going to pit this race. A13th is going to stay out, so A13th will fall down the grid massively because he's on old medium tyres than the rest of the grid. Okay, Dima Amit retires from this race. It looks like Bad Boy's also on the mediums. The rest of the field are on the soft, stocky. He's not even racing, so you know. Josh drives through penalty for speeding under the safety car. You've got it now, mate. You've got it now. Oh, it's not going very well. Oh, Josh in this race. DTYT is going to pick up a couple of points soon. We'll talk about a little bit more about that after this race. We'll try and get him on as quickly as possible because I'm tired. And I need to beat Oxford United in the Carabao Cup. My Tottenham career mode. But anyway, we will move on from that for just a moment. So Ranga, Night Owl, both of whom. So actually, I think I've done some maths here. If Ranga can pull a 5-second gap, I believe, to RNG Merit, he will keep either first or second. He will keep second place if he can pull 5-second gap in 6 laps. In 7 laps, it will be 6 when the safety car ends. That's it's a challenge, but I'm sure that he'll be able to do so. But of course, we will find out nearer the time. Aston Martin 1-3 as it stands. Alpha Tauri 4-10. Haas 2nd and 5th. McLaren 6th and 9th. Red Bull 7th and 11th. Alfa Romeo 7th, 8th. I think that's all the constructors we've got left. Yes, it is. So 6 or 7 constructors in this race. Not too bad. Of course, both the Mercedes, both the Haas's, and both the Williams are out of this race. One Alfa Romeo is out, and the only Ferrari is also out of this race. The last lap of the safety car then, before we have 6 laps of racing till the end. And what a potential race to the end we could have. And been a pretty good round 1 for Tier 2. Here in FRR, so it will now be 11 races this calendar, unless we had one more on at the end of the season, maybe a Belgium for the last race, just to add it on, bring a 12th round in Belgium, the one that we missed out last week, and have a full racing calendar, or not, who knows, but one thing I do know is the safety car will be in this lap. Race control, just confirming that for me, going a little bit early in this safety car, a little bit early. So, we are about to get underway again. Where does A13th go? Personally, I would go here. Pretty sound place to go. Get it gone early. Of course, you try and what you want to try and break. DRS train. They're going to get stuck in, and he's gone early here. And unfortunately, it looks like Bad Boy's had a massive he'll need new pants moment coming out to the last corner. And A13th is going to keep the lead, and I think he's got a little bit off guard here, but he's going to use DRS. So Slipstream is the only way the Bad Boy is going to get past A13th going into the final 5 laps of the race. Into turn 1 we go. DT Whitey is having a great little fight here, but has ended that fight with Lulimoo and will take 6th place as it stands. But he's got 20 seconds time penalties, so that will take him right down the order. Unfortunately for DT Whitey, and he's one penalty off disqualification. In fact, he will be DT Whitey will most likely be disqualified before the end of the session, as A13th and Ranga are having a big scrap here, which is going to allow Night Owl to send one down the inside. That isn't the place you'd expect someone to make a move. RNG Merritt picks up 3 second time penalty for multiple warnings. Night Owl's really close now to A13th, who is definitely under trouble here. Night Owl's going to go for the dive bomb. No, he's not, and DT Whitey has had a massive moment, and is that him out of the race? It doesn't look like it. No, he's not. He's still racing, and it will still be a point for him in this race. A13 not having a howler coming out of the last corner. That's going to allow RNG Merritt and Night Owl to scrap it out. They're 3 wide going down the main straight. Scrufford up and Brewmaster also scrapping it out. It looks like A13th may have just won the battle that he lost. Or has he? Because Night Owl is going to send one down the inside. There is RNG Merritt as well on his inside. Night Owl takes 3rd place in the Grand Prix. RNG Merritt is close. Gets a better exit than A13th and takes that 4th place. DT Whitey up into 9th after Brewmaster's little spin right down there at the back of the pack. But as it stands, Bad Boy and Ranga, P1 and 2 on track. Night Owl gonna win this race. That's when the co-commentator would speak. But I don't have one. You know who you are, get back. Anyway, lap 32, 4 laps to go in this race. We have 11 races left. Well, as there is DT Whitey crashing out of this race, and here is the final safety car of the Grand Prix, and that will still be points for DT Whitey, no matter what happens. Fixable Ryan picks up a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. And we are straight behind the safety car, so we will finish lap. Well, it may just be this one lap for the safety car. If not, we will have 1 lap of racing to decide how this race is going to finish. And unfortunately, those who've got penalties look like they're all in trouble, because what they didn't want to happen has happened, essentially. But it looks like Fixable Ryan, if you can get rid of this drive-through, which he is doing, will be in a pretty comfortable position to, well, get up the field, really. And will the safety car come in this lap, or will it come in the next lap? We will find out now. It's going to stay out for one more lap. Whoa. Lap 35. And lap 36 will be the only laps remaining in this race. Bad Boy leads the way through the track. The only driver not to get penalties in this race is going to win this race, ladies and gentlemen, pretty much. Unless something mad happens and Nightowl crashes out the Grand Prix, it's his race to win. He can sit and sit and sit in P3 right until the checkered flag, but with penalties, he'll win. And, well, deserved? Maybe. Deserved? Well, personally, I think Ranga is very much a deserved winner of this race. I mean, an impressive performance with some pretty impressive pace to go with it. Personally, he should win this race for me. But we don't know yet, because anything can happen in FRR, and today's race has certainly proved that for the final time today, hopefully. We are go. Let's Grand Prix. Bad Boy. He's gone! We are done! The final 2 laps of racing are on! RNG Merit, can he get a move on Nightowl? It won't really count, but it would be nice just to gain the little bit of track position. Bad Boy under a little bit of pressure here from Ranga, but of course, you know, you can win it on track, but on penalties, they're not going to win it. Scruffy Dub is going to overtake Looney Moo right down at the back at the pack here, and Josh looks like he could potentially make a move on Looney Moo here as well, but it didn't quite transpire for the Red Bull driver. 6th and 7th through Master getting past A13 now being overtaken by the McLaren Optics for Ryan, but A13 is going to win out on that battle for now, but there is still going to be a little bit more contact here as the lead is getting a little bit close for comfort. For Bad Boy, you've been a bad boy. And Scruffy Dub moving up into 7th place. My calculations, Aston Martin I think will take the Constructors, an early lead in the Constructors with Ranga and A13th putting in a pretty impressive performance, P2 and P6. Right, now, unless my maths is really that wrong, as we come around the final turn. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final lap of the Tier 2 Mexican Grand Prix, the season opener. What a race it's been. We've had 4 safety cars, we've had 1 virtual safety car in this race, but at the end of the day, what happens now will decide it. As it stands, Nightowl will win the first race of the season, getting his title charge straight back on track. Ladies and gents, he'll be straight back on track. He will take the lead early on. And it's almost a little bit of a beautiful start to the year for him. And there's the yellow flags yet again in Sector 1. Ladies and gentlemen, and I am going to have to rush off, unfortunately, after this. So, DTYT, sorry, mate, I cannot interview you today. I'm sure we can find time at some point to get that arranged, maybe next week after the Tier 2 race. Sorry, lad, but I have got to rush off. But I tell you what, Bad Boy has rushed away from the pack here. He will around the final corner. He will win it on track. Bad Boy in the Haas wins the Mexican Grand Prix. But Night Owl will take the win of the race. Bad Boy will finish second with Ranger in third. Haas with a huge shift today puts RNG Merit into P5. Lulu Moon takes 4th, 8th, 13th. He's going to take 6th ahead of Scrufford Dub, Fixable Rhyme, Josh and Remaster. We'll round off the grid for today. Congratulations, Night Out. You have won it. Good work, my man. Good race. That will be that for today's race, everybody. That will be it. And what a race it was. What a way to open. Well, Night Owl takes it. Looney Moo gets driver of the day. And I am being heckled from downstairs. For one last time. Today, I'll run you through how our drivers finished. And then we'll be done until Saturday. Well, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Night Owl finished 3rd. Takes 1st place thanks to penalties. Night Owl is victorious here and gets his season off to a perfect start. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching today's stream. I have been Josh. You have been a wonderful audience. It's been great to have you watching this race. There is Arav. And ladies and gentlemen, by tradition, I'll say you off with this. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you on Saturday for F2 Round 2. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.